All right. Hello, Bingo-thon and Sunshine community and bingo enthusiasts, and welcome back for another match in the playoffs of the Super Mario Sunshine Lockout Bingo League. We've got match 2 of Derpspace versus Zale. I'm Golden Devil, and with me is Red Ghost, the Game Boy
Hello.
Advance legend.
Hello. Yes, I play Game Boy Advance games. That is the thing I do.
Yes. Yeah, so Derp won game 1. This is a draft match. I know Derp is pretty heavily favored based on Elo. This was Zale's format.
hmm Derp is definitely faster, yeah, so Zale picking draft is pretty standard. Draft helps out slower players quite a bit due to being able to take early game goals and not have to race them.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it'll be a bit more balanced. Zale's been showing some good routing recently in his matches, and yeah, excited to see this one.
Yeah, and as a fellow Division 3 competitor, this is watching some people who I assume you've played before. I see Derpspace is in the Turbo Cop Secret having a little fun trying to do turbo storage.
Yeah. Seems like Zale will be picking first for the draft. Um, First player picks one goal. Then they do a two swap, two swap, two swap. I think I've said too many at this point, but they get one goal, then two goal for the first person who picks, and then two goals, one goal for the second person who picks. So that's the worst way to explain draft, but
It looks like the players are ready, so we're going to show them the card.
show us the card.
Yeah, show everyone the card.
We shall see.
Well,
All
I
right.
see Pianta hundreds
Yeah,
right.
Piazza 100 right away. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, the question is, does it synergize with anything? Though I see four different 100 coin chains on the card actually,
Yeah.
and
There's
three of those can be done in the
Rico.
first 30 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rico, Pinna, Serena, and Pianta. So in terms of other goals that are doable in the first 30, I see 15 Bianco blues and 2 rocket nozzles. Um, 3 blue trades as well.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that could be good for a blues
there's
focus.
3 secrets is doable here. Maybe not the best goal, although um, with 3 and 4 secrets, it's probably something you want to do. Yeah,
hmm
there's 23 Rico blues.
Yeah,
Is Zale's first pick.
yeah, that's probably a good pick, especially if Zale. Huh? What
Oh,
happened?
just messed up the color.
Oh, okay, just missed a go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a pretty solid pick for Zale, because I know Derp knows infinites, and so you might be afraid that Derp is going to be trying to take that goal right away. Derp takes 15 Bianco and Rico 100. Interesting call there. Maybe he thinks that Zale want to do the Rico 100 with the 23 Rico, which I mean, that's a decent play, but
Yeah, 15
it,
Bianco blues I think is a good click just in
yeah,
general.
hmm
Um
and
Zale, I
Zale,
think that's a good counter. Because this is a Bianco Rico card.
hmm
I feel like, yeah, especially 3 and 4 secrets, you may want to do that in Rico 4 on this card as one of your 3 or 4, especially like 4 from 3 is a good Bianco Rico as well.
yeah. I think Zale is getting a lot of value out of Rico with his draft so far. Um, Derp kind of, we'll see what they draft next. Um, but really only getting the Rico 100, and the 100's going to slow them down a little bit, I think. But we'll see if they find some synergy with that elsewhere.
Yeah,
I think that,
Serena, I actually feel like looking at the card, Serena is not terrible.
mhm,
Um, just because you've got
yeah,
3 and 4 secrets, you have Serena 4 hidden, you have Serena 100, which
Two
you
hidden for
probably want to
one.
do in 4, 2 hiddens in 1 level, which is a good Serena goal, and 9 pipes. You know, but maybe not something you want to start with, but Serena at some point is going to be really powerful. I think maybe doing Serena 1 and 2 during the draft period would not be the worst
Yeah.
idea. Especially like trying to see what Pinna value there is.
Yeah.
Now you have Pinna Shadow Mario, Pinna hundreds, 10
Red coin
yellow button
shines.
coins.
Red coin shines are on here as well. Pin is good for that.
Yeah.
And it also is a decently simple, maybe deceptively simple two hidden red hoverless partial there. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you're
there's
probably going to want to do. I think both of them are probably going to want to do Gelato 1 at some point, and that's, Gelato and Bianco are also good 2 hidden reds hoverless.
yeah,
I
Zale
like
taking
Zale
three
picking up 3
secrets.
secrets here with 2 hidden
Yeah.
reds hoverless. I think,
hmm
especially though, there's 5 and 6 red coin shines. So 2 hidden reds hoverless gets you some progress there.
Right. And plus, one of his hidden red hoverless could be Bianco 3, which you would do with a rocket anyway. Derp takes 4 secrets. Decent counter at the end there. I would say as a whole, I like Zale's draft a lot. Derps, I think you can do a lot with it. I'm not sure like how I feel about it, especially I guess maybe for like a 6 from 2 it could be decent. Like because Pinna and oh not it's not Pinna 100, but um Rico 100 with some Rico progress and but then like you were already getting 6 there. So
Yeah, I mean, I think like that 8 NPCs or Rico Shadow Mario on this card is almost certainly Rico.
mhm. Yeah, I don't think you
Because
go too big
Pianta doesn't have
Bianca
value,
outside of some
especially
pipe.
with Serena for pipes.
hmm
2 hiddens in 1 level could be a good Rico play as well.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I
Yeah, that
think, Noki on this card is not really that valuable. 4 Noki shines is doable, but it's slow. 3 cannon moles is a Noki goal.
yeah.
And like Pinna, you're probably going to want to do deeper. Like you're probably not going to do Pinna hundreds in 2
hmm
um,
Yeah,
with
finish
Pinna
out of
Shadow
Mario.
Mario.
Yeah.
Um,
It's interesting.
Gelato has almost no value, I feel like.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
there's like no real value in gelato unless you really wanted to get the yellow button coins, I think.
you're not going to do that. I
Yeah,
think I think the value in Gelato is 1 and 1R, and that's about it.
pretty much. Yeah, it's just interesting on this card because there's 4 different level 100 coin shines, but they really don't synergize with anything that much. Like it doesn't seem like there's much of a point in even doing them unless you really need them. I feel like you pick up maybe 1 or 2 of the fast ones and take pin 100, and then try and get that with Piata 100. Like those are the 2 fastest ones here. But like, there's nothing else really that those lead towards besides possibly 4 from 3 or 6 from 2. So just
Yeah.
really
The other
odd.
thing that's kind of interesting here is there are 3 relatively low blues goals. There's 60, which is the lowest of the kind of higher goals. There's 3 blue trades. There's 45, which is, not the lowest, but relatively low. Both of them are probably going to pick up Rico and Bianco blues because they've drafted them. And then getting to 45 and 60 from there is it's not huge to go out of your way. Especially like Rico 100, you're going to pick up a lot of blue as part of that.
For
The
sure.
other hundreds, maybe not so much, unless you do Serena 4. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is very much a Bianco Rico card.
Yeah, we're probably. I wouldn't be surprised if Zale rushed Rico and then went back to Bianco to kind of delay two rockets a little bit. Like either way, it'd probably be the same amount of time. But like, I'm curious to see how Derp approaches their draft because it just seems a little all over the place. I think it can work, especially with Derp's speed. Um, and they might even like have a lot more options later in the match because of 4 secrets and 45 totals. They'll be around a bit the plaza. So be
Yeah,
curious to
the
see how
thing
that plays
I'm
out.
curious about is someone going to make the call to start out in Serena? Like I'm trying to think like what would JJ do on this card? Um, which is maybe not the right way to think about it, but like what would someone who's really trying to just hide everything
Hmm.
do?
Yeah,
Because like Pianta hundreds, normally a good goal, but not a ton of value on this card, kind of out of your way. Gonna slow you down a little bit to like the Bianco goals and 4 secrets. Um, Derp is gonna want to go into Serena to get a secret no matter what. I think um, maybe Derp is gonna do 4 secrets with Bianco, Rico, Gelato, Pinna, but um, with the Serena value, like at least doing Serena 1 and 2 is not the worst idea in the world.
yeah.
Um, I think the problem, like I don't think 6 from 2 Serena is normally viable. This is maybe the rare card where it is. Um, maybe
Yeah,
you want to take some Rico value away from Zale.
I think yeah,
But
it's just it's pretty slow, but it does get you the extra red coin shine, where the Rico would only get you 1 red coin shine out of those 2 shines.
yeah, I think like the thing about Serena is it's strong enough that a Serena start, especially with the draft, might not be the worst idea to like pick up 2 quick
Yeah,
shines,
yeah.
then
I'm not.
unlock Rico and like hide some Bianco Rico progress.
Yeah,
So
yeah. The more I think about it, the more I kind of like that.
I
It's
don't
always.
know if it's a great call, but like Derp is fast. Derp could maybe get away with it.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I almost feel like now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they need to do that to just mask progress. And like in draft, like that's uh, a viable strategy is to start something that's completely out of your draft, or maybe not completely, but so hidden deep inside your draft that your opponent just can't predict it, and then you're just ahead somewhere where your opponent doesn't know, and then you get a click later, and they're like, "Holy crap! How am I so behind to this?" And yeah, that's a pretty strong strategy.
yeah, and I'm like thinking about 6 from 2 and like there's value to Pinna, but 6 from 2 and Pinna is maybe not the strongest card. And I will say like this is not a 6 from 2 and Delfino card, no matter what. Um, there's just no value for Delfinos other than some reds. So I imagine they're both going to unlock Bianco first. Derp doesn't need to go do Pianta 100 for a little while.
Yeah, Bianco needs to be unlocked to enter Serena at the beginning. So even if Derp doesn't rush Bianco immediately, um, you still have to open it. Because otherwise the loading zone just isn't there. I learned that the hard way at the beginning of the
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so yeah, double Bianco unlock. No surprise here. This card's just too strong for the Bianco Rico split.
Yeah.
Uh, Derp has an interesting way of routing, I will say. Sometimes they don't
Oh,
take advantage of everything they could in their route. Um, I'm hopeful to see. I think with a draft like this, you can kind of see some interesting routing shine through. Um,
yeah. I think Zale grabbed, but they may
I
have both missed it.
we'll
Um,
we'll see when the
Derp definitely missed it.
yeah,
Um,
so uh,
yeah.
I didn't hear it, so I think
But
Zell probably
this,
got it.
I mean, I think for both of them, it's not the end of the world to do, PD into Bianco 3. Like, I think it's fine for Zale to do that and then go back in for later Bianco things.
Right. Yeah, I think on this card you just don't want to be behind in Bianco. There's just there's just enough value that staying even in Bianco is probably good. Red coins at the least. Like Derp getting some Delfino blues before heading towards Bianco. Seems like
Zale's also grabbing some. And yeah, I mean they both, right? Like Derp has to genuinely contest 45 and potentially 3 blue trades, because if Zale doesn't get it, that's pretty valuable. Zale, I think, kind of has to genuinely contest 45s. Derp looking like he's going to Rico Rush. Like they're going to Rico Rush. Maybe.
Oh, they wanted the link there.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be a coconut under Val.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, like I said, Derp makes interesting calls. Looks like Derp wants Rico.
It is. Yeah.
Now the question is, what level do they do 100 in? Because they probably will be doing that. Do they think they're going to do it in Rico 2, like they like to do it?
I don't know. I think I feel like that's a meme. Right, like I feel like here you probably just want to do it in like, I don't know, probably in Rico 3 or maybe even
4.
5
I think 4
if you do Rico 4. Yeah, you don't want to do it in 1 or 2. I think that's kind of the, like 1 and 2 are slow. Yeah.
Derp is just kind of meandering about with Plaza getting blue. Zale fighting PD, pretty standard start.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I think a Rico start and then going back into Bianco is not the worst idea for Derp, because Derp's probably going to want to grab 15 Bianco blues in 3, going for the secret. You're not going to want to re-enter a second time unless like Zale leaves rockets open. So starting Rico seems like a solid play.
Yeah, it's fast shines too. So you probably, like, at the beginning of a draft period, you kind of feel like, oh, I need to get shines, I need to get progress. And as you get further in, and you have like 3 draft pulls left, you start panicking a little bit. I think the more progress you have, the more secure you feel later in the draft period. So maybe that's what I was thinking.
Pretty fast 4 for 4 from 3.
Yeah, and that's also a secret as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think with 4 secrets, Rico 4 is probably one you're going to consider. And honestly, if you don't want to commit to Serena, not the worst idea.
Right. Seems to be getting some fast blues before hitting Rico 1. Ignoring the 100 for now. I think that's a fine play, fine call.
Yeah, Rico 100 is just slow. It's not worth it on this card.
Not really.
Unless you've got like 100s in the boss plus Rico 100s, or it's an invasion card.
Yeah. You usually see these fast quests like 23 Rico 100 used to kind of secure yourself in a row for invasion. On a draft card, you don't always have to like rush them though. So
yeah, and like
sometimes not as valuable.
Yeah, and like 23 in Rico 1, if you're going to Rico 2 or 3, is much slower.
Much slower, yeah.
Because you can get 2 quick blues in Rico over the water, going for going for the blooper race. You can also grab some quick enemies in 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, we see Zale going in for the first hidden red hoverless, also grabbing some Bianco blues on the way.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zale's definitely wanted to contest blues because of his draft. I think it's pretty clear that Derp is probably going to go 45 totals, so you want to keep up in that regard. You're obviously going to get blue trades, but you should just give up at that point because there are other blues totals on the card. So
Yeah, and
only one
45
though.
and 60 are low ones.
Yeah, and yeah, it's
60
going
is
to be
low
pretty
enough that
low.
you could split all 3.
Yeah, yeah. With 45 drafted, like stealing 60 is pretty brutal. It takes a lot of value out of that draft goal, and you want to take as much value out as possible on your opponent's draft, whether that means
Yeah.
taking the goals or.
Yeah, and I don't think Derp is going to do a full 23 in Rico. It doesn't necessarily make sense for Rico hundreds in 4 or 5.
Oh no,
Oh,
Derp is
Derp.
doing Rico too much.
Derp.
Well, this is. Let's do the meme strat.
Yeah.
So, not surprising to me. Honestly, I think it would be better if they did it in 4 because then you have more progress.
Yeah, but
But
showing off their knowledge of the blooper techniques here.
clearly very confident in their ability to take the match with a slower 100 point.
Yeah, and for
We'll
those of
see if
you who
that
have
works
not
out.
watched before, you cannot delay your drafted goals at any point in the match, so Derp will have to click this off as soon as they finish this.
Or we will do it for them.
Yes. But
Derp
will grab a bunch of blues on the way.
Right. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this call, but I mean, it's still pretty early. I just think it'd be better if you had more progress, especially with 4 secrets drafted. Like, just kind of go back in and do Rico 2 and 3 to get to Rico 4. I almost feel like maybe you just ignore Rico 100 altogether here to Pianta's. Pianta 100 is pretty fast, so Rico 100 isn't exactly the fastest shine ever, even if we practiced it.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing too, right, is Rico 200s is faster than Rico 100s, but the fastest Rico 100s are even later.
Yeah, and like the other thing is like Zale is not going to contest Rico 100s. Like that's not in his game plan in this draft. Like
no, but you know what? Like the Rico hundreds click is probably going to scare Zale into really committing for 23 blues.
True.
Which,
yeah, it has other.
While
values.
it's faster in later shines, it's still kind of slow. That said, like Zale's definitely going to Rico 3.
Zale will have the Rico lead.
Yeah.
Derp's only value in Rico. It will be this probably. Would not be surprised to see them leave and go back to Bianco now. Do blues and stuff.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Derp is actually just focusing on getting their draft, which is not a bad strategy at all. Like going straight for your draft is very viable, legitimate. Yes, going back to Bianco.
Yeah, I mean, especially like with the number of goals that are really doable and routable in a Bianco Rico start, like Derp can't seed the goals that Zale can steal. I think like Zale is very clearly committed to a Bianco Rico start. Derp can kind of do a little bit more of a world tour, but Derp can't lose 15 Bianco Blues.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see the spicy pizza 15 Bianco Blue route.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Derp's draft allows for a bit more flexibility throughout the plaza, where Zale's clearly telegraphs like, oh hey, I'm going to Bianco, I'm going to Rico, I'm probably going to try and get some Serena value, or at least go to Gelato for Gelato 1 for the secret. I would like to see Zale go to Serena at some point during the draft period. That would be...
Yeah, I think whoever
valuable
gets a
for them.
little Serena progress is going to have an edge up later in the match. This isn't a card that screams like rush Serena now,
Just rush it
but
some point,
there's there's enough value, especially like Serena 4 hidden plus Serena 100 is 8 pipes. Because Serena 4 counts as, and 4R count as 2 pipes.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, especially with Pianta being so weak on this card, 9 pipes is 100% a Serena goal.
Right. And for Derp, like, it could be Serena plus Pianta 100. That could be your Pianta value for the card. Is getting that goal and then rushing Serena for those goals. That said, probably be behind everything else, but
yeah, Derp is gonna want to do Pianta 100 in the draft because it's fast and easily stolen.
Yeah,
but it's the only Pianta value.
I think as long as Derp starts Pianta 100 like well before the draft ends, it doesn't have to be like right away, but
yeah, I mean, if Derp goes into Pianta at 29 minutes, even that's fine.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think
Derp's going to be in and out of Bianco in 4 minutes or so.
Yeah, so yeah, and like Pianta's so bad on this card. Like, if Pianta 100 drafted, your opponent's probably not going to be going there, like, ever, unless they really need a goal to steal, and you haven't done it yet.
Right, but it's a goal that if it's up, say 45 minutes in, and Zale has gone into Pinna, like, if you're Zale, you're thinking, okay, I can go get this goal pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's the kind of goal that you kind of start seeing that, oh, my opponent hasn't done this yet, I can maybe take it without being afraid. Because Pianta 100 is
and
it's really fast, so...
Yeah. Sorry if you can hear all that noise.
I cannot hear anything.
Okay. Yeah, there are a couple police cars or fire engines or something going by my building, so...
we're gonna have to use the stream timer to unclip goals, so I guess the bingo sync timer is broken because of nanners.
Yeah. I mean, okay, Romano makes a point that, like, Pianta has some value with 8 NPCs, 2 hiddens in 1, 6 from 2. Theoretically, it's not unusable, but all of those goals have places where they're better on this card, right? Rico is strong enough to go deep, where Rico Shadow Mario makes sense. Like, 6 from 2, Rico Pinna, not the worst thing. Even, like, Rico Serena is not the worst. I bet on this card, actually, JJ would make the Pianta 1 through 8 call, now that I think about it. But that's a very JJ play.
It's the kind of card where if you're fast enough and you're confident enough in your gameplay, like, you could probably take a whole bunch of stuff using just Pianta. But, like, in a Div 3 match with players who maybe aren't as good at routing or maybe aren't as fast, like, that kind of play doesn't make sense. Like,
I think Derp forgot that bridge blue is not there in 3. Yeah, but we'll finish this off.
This is the typical 15 in Bianca route.
Yeah.
There's the
and there's Derp's second click. There's Zale 23 Rico Blues for Zale.
You're getting all the clicks right now.
Yeah.
I'm curious what Zale's planning for their second hidden red hover list. I feel like 2 hidden red hover lists is the goal. Like you don't have to pressure as hard, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's Gelato 1R on this card. And
Mhm.
I think if you're Zale, you maybe want to do your third secret in Pinna. Not that Pinna is like super strong here, but with 3 cannon moles, it's not the worst thing.
Should be seeing a 2 rockets click here very shortly.
Yeah. And like Derp just needs to pick up 10 quick blues. Should easily be able to do that
There
in the
it is.
draft period. If you're looking at a goal in the draft period that's least likely to get clicked, it's 4 secrets, I think, for the
Yeah,
question in the chat.
4 secrets
That's a
is kind
tough
of
one.
hard to do in 30 minutes, especially when you're doing all this other draft stuff. The thing with draft goals is that a goal can be fast. You can rush 4 secrets in 30 minutes, but you're not going to get anything else. And
Yeah, because you've got
that's
to, because that
stop
4th
typing.
secret is the one that's hard. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, the strength of a draft goal really lies in like does it synergize with other early game goals as well as itself and the things you're doing. There's 3 blue trades. Yeah, so both players kind of just focusing their draft right now. Derp taking a little bit of divergence into Bianco 4 for a red coin shine. I think that's pretty solid play. Maybe thinking about Bianca 6 as a secret, which is a
Ooh,
little odd, but
rolls out off the tower there.
it's not the worst play ever.
My guess is this is just set up for 4 from 3 with a red
Yeah.
as well.
Zale going to unlock Gelato now to get. He only has 2 secrets now. I think. Not that it matters. Derp is not really contesting secrets that much.
Yeah, but Zale can go do Rico 4
Yeah.
if they're worried. Now Derp is heading over, I think, to Pianta. Oh no.
Unlocking Gelato first. Yeah, probably going to Pianta after this. Or maybe he wants Gelato 1 first. That could also be a possibility. Yeah, so this will be Zale's second secret. Possibly Derp's as well? Depends on what Derp decides to do. Yeah, we're about 4 minutes out from the end of the draft period. Healthy draft period so far for both players. Both getting their early clicks. They both know what each other's done. Derp knows that Zale has probably 3 episodes in Rico, which he does. Yeah, Derp going to Pianta now. And knows that he has some Bianco progress as well. And then Zale knows about Derp, that they have done Rico 100 and have most likely completed at least 2 shines in Bianco. So
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Derp decides to try and finish off
Zale.
45 here, or maybe decides to enter Pinna and grab quick blues there. There are some quick blues, but they're a little out of the way here in a Pianta 100, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, this Pianta 100 isn't really conducive to blues. It's because a lot of it's like in the middle of the village, which I mean there's blues, but they're kind of not near where you need to be. Derp seems to be
like
pretty focused on getting those. They'll get enough here. So.
yeah, I don't know if Derp will get all 10 that they needed, but we'll get pretty close. And it's really just a question of whether Derp wants to finish it off in Pinna.
Zale's entering Pinna now. So Zale will have the Pinna lead a little bit.
Failed honey skip there.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure how many shines Derp is at.
Derp can trade into Pinna.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it's 10 physical shines, but Derp
They
can trade
did.
in for sure.
Yeah, they don't have 10 physicals. They just pick 100, right?
Yeah.
Hope we see a 45 total secure soon. I think they can finish it in Pianta 1, but they have to be thinking about that now. Because Zale is now entering Pinna, where there are 16 fast blues in the park. Probably even more than that, actually. Seems
Yeah,
like
Derp is routing in these blues.
I wonder if it's actually going to be in
Should
town.
grab. Derp can get it. I don't think got
We
the
still have...
little waterfall one.
I think there should be.
Can get the moon. We'll get the one on the statue.
Oh, no. Zale failed the
Oh.
first. That's kind of
Ooh.
bad. And also
Derp
not...
skipping the
rotating
moon blue.
Derp got the moon blue, I think. Earlier. They went up there specifically.
Did they? I thought they skipped it, but
I think they did. Yeah, unfortunate for Zale. But Zale was
yeah.
not thinking about blues at the moment. So
Yeah, this
Derp
is
just not
a
blue.
minute to minute and a half time loss, I think. This is the faster of the two Pinna 1 cutscenes. If you miss the second cutscene skip, it is much worse. Derp needs 2 more blues. Hopefully we'll just grab them here.
Yeah.
Not that it's threatened, but we are, 15 seconds away from the end of the draft period.
Oh, we need to unclick. I'll unclick
Yeah.
Derp. I see 30 minutes now, so.
Yeah, Derp is finishing off both 45 and Pianta 100, so in just over 30 minutes is going to have grabbed all 5 draft goals.
Pretty
needs
solid
to click
play.
45. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Not all 5. They
right.
Secrets, which Zale is currently ahead to. So, at this point, like, maybe Derp doesn't contest secrets as much, but also red coin checks,
Yeah, Pinna.
In here.
Yeah, I mean, Pinna is valuable because you've got Pinna 2R and Pinna 3 are fast reds. Derp is just going to do Pachinko here as another red, which is Derp's second one.
Meanwhile, Zale finishing Mecha. So Zale is a pretty healthy lead in Pinna now. It could be, it's very possible. Well, Zale knows that Derp just did Pianta 100, so he knows that they are not in Pinna. So that's actually good information for Zale. That means, well, first of all, dude, that's
Derp.
bad.
Yeah, it's faster to die here than exit area because then you have to re-enter.
Yeah.
I mean, Zale knows they're ahead to the 10 yellow button shines, which is kind of the immediate Pinna value. Pinna Shadow Mario is late. Pinna hundreds is, you can do it in 2, it's slow. You can do it in 5, but it takes some time. So it's maybe not the goal to prioritize here.
Yeah, Zale has a lot of good information right now. Obviously, you don't know that Derp just failed Pachinko, but what you do know is that Derp has 200 coin shines, and those shines, even Pianta 100, even though it's fast, still takes some time. And also, Derp has 45 blues, so Derp could be in Pinna right now with the 45 blues. But then, so I'm curious to see what Zale does, like, to react to this information that he has. He clicks off 3 secrets. Good take there.
Yeah, now Zale has options. I assume he's going to do 2R, but maybe do 3. Yeah, 3 first and getting the yellow button click, I think, is pretty solid.
Yeah. And then if
Oh,
Derp hasn't clicked, well, yeah. Yeah, Derp doesn't really have anything they can put through to signify the meta at that point. So at that point, you're kind of flying blind as Zale. Like going straight for the button. Knows what they want. Pretty good.
definitely better than like starting the shine and muscle memorying and doing any percent. I don't know if we've seen that often, but
Just getting all 15. I like it.
yeah.
And insta clicking that, that's a pretty good take. Derp now knows they're very behind in Pinna and is
And
leaving.
does not even contest Pinna. I think in Derp's position is probably the right move.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a great feeling, but
Yeah. I think now would be a good time for that Serena play we were talking about. And I think Derp
yes.
might be seeing that. Yeah, what like at that point, like you see that click, you're like, okay, they're pin at 3. I need to start in Serena now. Get the lead, so that my whenevers, if they're bad, won't matter too much. So this is a really good call from Derp.
Derp's good at whenevers. Derp made
Yeah.
the tutorial video.
Right. Yeah, but Zale will be taking all of that pinna value. That's the other thing. Like Derp's counter is good, but is it going to be good enough? Is the question here. Zale could also, with Pinna Shadow Mario, do 2 hidden in 1 level in Pinna. And we'll have 3 red coin shines in Pinna at that point.
Is doing beach money. This is a call.
This is definitely a call. I would like this better if Zale were
Oh my god, Derp.
less far along in Pinna. Get the coin, Derp.
Okay.
Derp just taking all the 100 coin chunks this card. Yeah, I really don't know how to feel about this. Especially with Serena 4 hidden on the card. Like, just do Serena 1 through 4 and then Serena 400s, and it's so much better. But
yeah, I mean,
money?
I don't know. Derp seems comfortable with it. Like, if you are, it's not significantly slower than Serena 400s, but and it might scare Zale from doing anything in Serena. On the other hand,
Perhaps.
Zale is probably going to know this is just Serena 100s, and so progress is, tied to secrets and the reds and
yeah. But like, if you see a Serena 100s click, I mean, how long ago was Pianta 100s click? It wasn't super long ago.
there's no way this is Serena 4. Especially with like Serena 4 hidden on the card.
Yeah. What Deathline's trying to say is like Serena 400 is just better here because you have more progress in Serena at that point. You don't have to worry about like being behind in Serena. Like at this point, Zale could literally say Morp, go to Serena and start Manta, and Derp would be behind, and that would be tragic. Like Derp could be already done with Manta at this point, probably. Like knowing Derp's speed.
Yeah.
But instead they're doing Serena 100s, and Zale could go in and swipe Serena value now. Like, I don't know if he will. He might continue in Pinna. I think that's also a viable play for him. But
yeah, but now with Yoshi unlocked, right? Like,
yeah, with Yoshi unlocked, like, he doesn't have to worry about whenevers. I mean, Derps are good at them, but it still takes time to get that banana and get up on the roof again. So
it definitely puts Zale at a speed advantage at that point. I'm curious though what Zale is going to do here, because Zale could decide to just go through and do like Pinna 6.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe you think Derp is closer to you in Pinna. Like, obviously, I haven't seen any clicks, but like Zale is in a position where he can ignore Pinna right now, and he seems to be thinking about reds now, which is pretty good. Like Zale doesn't need to worry about his Pinna lead now, and maybe he knows that. I don't know how he would know that, but I think seeing Derp's clicks, you probably know you got to Pinna first. You don't know how far ahead you are, but once you see a Serena 100 click, you know your Pinna lead is safe. You can work on other things. As you know, Derp's done 300 coin shines in different levels that aren't Pinna. And
Yeah, and without a goal like 300s, it definitely makes this a
this is
somewhat weaker
questionable.
play. I also think Derp. Yeah, and like Derp also is basically seeding the best Noki value here by not even attempting to get Pinna 2 and 2R. Although, like, Zale probably should have done Pinna 2R instead of Grass Pipe.
I mean, Grass Pipe still has value as a red, but yeah, 2R
But
would
with,
have been better here.
yeah, I mean, with Cannon Moles and also, like, you can do it hoverless if you know it.
Clicks around 100. So now Zale is pretty comfortable about their Pinna lead.
Yeah.
You know now that Derp is not contesting Pinna whatsoever. Like, they're starting Serena. And now Zale, like you were saying, like, maybe Zale just thinks, like, oh, I don't want to go Serena now. I can just do other things now. Ignore Serena 4 hidden. Get 2 hiddens from one level in Pinna, like, sooner rather than later. To take away that
Yeah,
value.
I think Derp here is trying to do 8 NPCs Pianta-less. And is gonna do Fruit Ladies now.
This, I mean, if Zale goes back to Rico now, this works. But if Zale ignores Rico and just starts going for other things, then this is not like the most valuable. I mean, it gets you a goal, yeah, but Fruit Ladies are so slow.
Yeah, and like Zale is at least unlocking Serena now. Serena for 4 secrets is kind of good here for Zale.
Yeah.
And
If
Zale's thinking.
Zale is wondering if Derp is continuing Serena. That's the value of the Serena click. Yeah, and he's leaving. He thinks Derp is continuing in Serena. That's the value of the Serena 100 click. Sometimes you just see that and you're like, oh, I'm behind in Serena now. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Especially if you're not seeing a Serena 4 hidden click. But
yeah, I mean Deep
this is the
Pinna has a
safer
lot of
pick.
value here, right? Like,
and yeah, Zale can do a lot in Deep Pinna now. I think maybe he sees like I can take 2 hidden from one level. Cannon Moles are mine. Pinna Shadow Mario is mine. Like, you count the goals and you're like, oh, I'm ahead to a lot here.
yeah, and like, I don't know, this just doesn't seem like the time for Fruit Ladies. Just thinking about NPCs, Derp got the 1 in Bianco, the 2 Nokis in Serena 1. I'm trying to think if there are any others. Yeah. Oh, Zale is doing Pinna 2R, trying to do it hoverless.
Yeah, this is like I said earlier, this one's tricky. Seems easy, but
oh yeah, Derp did Fire Pianta as well. So this is going to be 6 NPCs, I think. Is that right? Oh no, Fruit Ladies. All the Fruit Ladies, I think, would finish it off. Yeah, because Bianco, 2 Nokis, Fire Pianta.
Yeah, and then 4 Fruit Ladies would be 8. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zale taking some unfortunate deaths here.
Yeah, that there's 1 red that is not over like any platform, which is definitely the hardest one here, hoverless.
Yeah, I think the regular strat is to jump dive through it. That gets you enough height. Taking another death. I think honestly, just do it with the hover at this point. Just take Canimals. Forget about hidden reds hoverless. I mean, it's a nice goal to have.
Or do Gelato 1R hoverless.
Or do Gelato 1R. He might have. No, didn't he already do Gelato 1R though?
No, he did Bianco 3R.
I thought he did Gelato 1R, but
there we go.
Okay, there we go. Okay, don't die now. Okay, that's the hardest one out of the way. 3 deaths though to this. That's unfortunate. But I think he's got enough of a lead that it probably won't matter. Ooh, playing it really safe. That's good.
Yeah. There's 8 NPCs from Derp.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or fruit ladies. I mean, that was a fast fruit ladies, that's for sure. But Zale playing very safe, rightfully so.
yeah,
Where is
I'm
Derp
really
going?
curious to see where Derp goes. Back to
Back to
Serena.
Serena. Okay, yeah, this is expected. Like, Derp wants to get the Serena value. And I think they kind of need it at this point. But Zale is, like, I'm pretty sure super far ahead to 2 hidden in 1 level at this point. And I think they will be doing it. Mark's 2 hidden
Yeah, Derp
overloads.
also, I think, or Zale, I think, is at 4 reds now. So,
Leaving Pinna. I think Zale wants
probably going to do
Cannibal.
Pachinko.
I think he wants Cannibals.
Oh, that's fair.
Potentially. Or is going back to
Going to
Serena.
Serena.
Oh, this is interesting
Oh,
all of a sudden. His Derp is now ahead.
yeah, I mean, Zale will still get 4 secrets, and that's good value
Yeah.
from Serena. Not that Derp is contesting it at all, because Derp only has Bianco 3. But,
Right. Yeah,
um,
this could... I mean, if Zale doesn't full commit here, he's still fine for 2 hidden in 1 level, I'm pretty sure. He hasn't done Pinna 6, though, right? He has the thing yet,
no.
so...
I mean, the thing
So,
is, the whenevers, like, if it's a race, as long as Zale doesn't have, like, a really tragic manta, maybe Zale, is behind, but by Serena 4 with whenevers, Zale could catch up.
what's the score? 6? 6-6 right now?
Yeah.
It's interesting though because I think Zale can win with just Pinna at this point. Like there's enough Pinna value, 5 reds, 6 reds, 2 hidden in 1 level, Pinna 100, Pinna Shadow Mario. That's what, 5 goals right there. And then 4 secrets, and then Cannibals. And like he could win without doing Serena here. And Pinna 6 would also be a 4 secret. So I think
Yeah, it might just be
bit
hard to see
greedy.
that.
Yeah,
I mean, Zale
yeah.
can't get 6 reds in Pinna, but can get 5. But yeah, I mean, it.
Yeah, but then even then, you could. He hasn't done Pachinko, I don't think, so it's a fast red.
Yeah. Yeah, and like
Yeah,
Zale having a solid manta here.
Derp.
Is still going to be behind, but without having to do whenevers, still like in a race could catch up.
Yeah, Derp's got a pretty sizable lead though. It's gonna take a lot, especially now that Manta's done, for Zale to catch up in Serena. All we can hope for is that he doesn't greed for all the Serena value. But if he does, then this is a race, I think. Then Derp can potentially catch up to Noki. I don't know that. Like, does Derp really have enough progress to anything? Zale's ahead to a lot on this card already, just by virtue of having so much Pinna's progress.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Zale, I'm thinking like 4 from 3. Zale has 4 in Pinna, 3 in Rico. Derp has 3 in Bianco and
2 in Rico.
2 in Rico.
And
6 from 2. I mean, Zale
has the, if he goes back to
5 in Pinna and can get quick shines in Rico. Derp is ahead to 60 blues, but needs to prioritize it.
Yeah, so like
is behind to 5 and 6 reds now. I think.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like this would be an odd call from, or it wouldn't be an odd call. It would be a bad call if Zale didn't have as much of a lead as he did.
Ooh.
And now Derp taking a death, so Zale takes the Sharna lead. Ooh,
Yeah.
this could hurt. This could hurt a lot. If Zale gets away with this now, like, it's pretty much over. if Zale gets away with any surrender value.
Yeah, I mean, Zale's probably not going to win like 9 pipes.
Yeah,
but
if he gets surrender for hidden, that's just painful for Derp.
yeah. I feel like if you're in Zale's shoes, you want to just rush to Serena 4 hidden and then maybe go back for 2R. Although, I don't know actually. Zale may just want to do 2R to get 5 reds. Because that's the thing, right? Even if Zale doesn't win Serena 4 hidden, Zale is now not much ahead, but slightly ahead to two hiddens in Serena, and 5 and 6 is up 1 red, I think, on 5 and 6 reds. And doesn't have to do whenevers. So
Right.
yeah.
It seems even now, but Zale goes right back in. Derp has to get the banana again. Not Derp. Zale clicks 4 secrets, which was in Derp's draft. Derp wasn't
Is
contesting
just
it.
doing Serena 2R here, which is going to be 5 reds.
Mhm. Yeah, I still feel like the safer play was to Turtle and Pinna, but I mean, if you haven't seen Derp click something in a while, then besides 8 NPCs, then it's like, well, how do I read this from my perspective?
Yeah, I was looking at Zale. Did Derp enter 2 or 3?
They entered 3 because the guy didn't
Okay.
talk very much. So Derp will probably win Surrender for hidden at this point since Zale is life getting lives? Oh, because he was 1 life.
Okay.
I was like, why is Zale life granting? There's no lives on this card.
Yeah. You do not want a game over, though.
Mm-hmm.
And Serena 2 is kind of tricky. I don't know. I also kind of wish Zale had just tried to get some blues in Pinna.
Yeah.
Like Derp's leaving 60 on the table up for a
Mm-hmm.
long time. It's now been 20 minutes or so
Yeah, since 45
since the
total.
45 click. And they're both kind of just leaving it there. Derp should finish it off here in Serena 4, though.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I think that would have been a good steal for Zale if he had stayed on blues. But maybe you think that your speed disadvantage, getting blues, would be a little too detrimental, and you wouldn't get as much bleed of Pinna per se or anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't think it's a terrible call. And like, yeah, there's Zale with 5 reds, can go into Noki now. Like, doesn't even have to keep going in Serena.
Yeah, would not surprise me to see him
Like,
go to
yeah,
Nokia.
Derp is grabbing blues out in Serena here.
60 very shortly.
Yeah, their 60 is
And,
delaying
and
it.
not delaying. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Zale,
Zale re-entering Serena
even
again.
if, yeah, I mean, even if Zale loses Serena 4 hidden, it's Pipe's progress that Derp doesn't know Zale has. It is 2 hiddens, 1 level. It's 4 from 3 progress. Like, there is still value here.
Yeah, and they will be tied in pipes after Serena 4 hidden, assuming Zale still does it, because Zale has done grass pipe. So,
Well, Zale actually will be ahead if Derp doesn't go back and do Serena 2R.
mhm.
Yeah, like Zale just needs 1 in Rico, either 2 hidden or Rico 4 to grab 4 from 3, or Bianco 4, because Zale did Bianco 2, 3, and 3R.
Zale is solid position.
Yeah, I mean it's Zale wins with the 2 Pinnacles, Cannon Moles,
4 from 3.
6 reds and 4 from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Derp is going to grab.
Hidden.
Yeah, so this will put Derp at 8 pipes. If Zale goes back in and does... Is this 9 pipes for Derp? Oh, Derp did
yeah,
hundreds. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Serena hundreds.
Yeah, so Derp will click 9 pipes here and Serena for it, double click.
Yeah.
I
mean, Zale still could just do Serena 4R though for 2 hiddens 1 level.
Right. Assuming Derp doesn't go back and do it as well.
Yeah.
I think if Derp finishes it out.
It'll be a race.
Yeah, Serena 2R is a bit longer. So.
Yeah, and again, Zale does not have to win ever.
This is very interesting. I think though, if you see Serena 4 hidden clicked, God, like, I think it has to be your mentality to go into Serena 4R still, even though the value is taken away.
I don't think it's a huge risk because it still is 6 red coin shines.
Right. Yeah, you still get enough value out of it. That is true.
Yeah.
Zale is taking his time.
Like the worst case if you're Zale is you lose one of the 2 goals. But yeah, I mean it's this is now synced shine gets. So
and Derp is delaying 9 pipes. Which is very interesting, considering that you've clicked Pianta 100, Serena 100, and Serena 4 hidden, which clearly adds up to 9.
Yeah. Yep, and Zale is going back in.
Ooh,
now.
This is going to hurt Derp, I think.
Because for Zale, this is also 9 pipes.
Is it? He has grass pipe. Does he have beach pipe? It's Serena 4 hidden is... Oh, wait.
Because he did Serena 2 hidden,
right,
so
right.
that
He
gets
did
8.
Hidden.
And then grass pipe.
This is gonna hurt a lot. Oh no. I don't think Derp knows they have 9 pipes. I think they think this is 9 pipes.
I don't know. We'll have to ask. I think Derp might be trying to delay both of these goals. It's going to be really close. Like, Serena 4R is faster than Serena 2R. But it's, you know, if you miss a cycle or something.
Double entry here too. Yeah, Zale wasn't exactly speedy on his Serena 4 normal, but it looks like he's doing the regular strats here, so that should get him in about 20 seconds. This should get him shine in about 20 seconds. Derp still has a while. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, a little scary.
Yeah, and this is... if Zale knows it, this is going to be a triple click.
6 reds, or not 9 pipes, enter into the level, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, this shine is already spawned. Derp is struggling. Don't hover too early. That should be fun. Oh, and Derp dies. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And there's the triple click.
Yeah, no.
And now Zale just needs to go to Pinna. Or, I mean, Zale will probably just do cannon moles and...
Yeah, Zale has so many.
Zale has lots of choices now.
Zale could do Rico 4 for 4 from 3, cannon mole, and that's all he has to do. Derp now going to Pinna, unfortunately, much too late.
Yeah, Zale, I think, is just going to finish this off in Pinna.
Yeah, he knows that Derp doesn't have Pinna progress.
Yeah, I mean, Zale is ahead to every goal on the card.
Yep.
Because the next Pinna goal, the next Pinna shine is also 6 from 2. So right. Pinna 100s here is 6.
That's just it.
And Pinna 100.
Yeah. And Derp is just too far behind to contest.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Serena steal was so
really big.
Yeah. And yep, Zale is gonna do Pinna 100, so like
I would say, yeah, about 2.5 minutes, match is done.
Yep. Yeah, Zale really, I think, out-routed Derp here. Um,
Yeah, Derp made some, unfortunately, just not great calls kind of in mid game. Um, and some questionable ones in early game too. But they weren't awful calls. It just Zale made better calls.
yeah, I mean, Zale made the Serena call at exactly the right time. Admittedly, Zale had a win con totally independent of Serena.
Right.
But then also, like,
Like you just make your win con even more secure by doing Serena at that point and
yeah,
winning
like,
it.
I think the 8 NPCs call was at the wrong time. I think the Serena hundreds would have maybe been better later. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think giving up totally on Pinna, I get
Yeah.
why you would do it here, but there's also a lot, like, having no cannonball progress at 50 minutes in is rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, Derp had no progress to 4 from 3 or 6 from 2 because Derp had so few level shines.
Because of hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, Derp
Yeah.
had Bianco and Serena for 4, had Serena 6 and Serena, but no Delfinos, no. I think, like, hundreds on this card were just not very good.
Yeah. And yet all four of them got clicked. All four of them will be clicked.
Yeah, and
And 6 from
there's
2 and 100. GG.
yeah, it was a really good match from Zale.
Yeah.
Um,
Very, very solid um routing from Zale here. Oh goodness. Hello, Derp. GG's.
GG's.
Badly. My draft is so bad.
It wasn't horrible. I was honestly, I thought your draft was very creative. There was a lot of creative ways you could go about doing it. I think maybe you just approached it in a way that wasn't the best. We'll wait to talk about everything.
And then that
Cool.
the Serena or the
Yeah.
Serena snipe, the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really close. I'm sure Zale knew that was also very close.
Someone just won. Well, not a lot of points, but
Yeah, it was a very one-sided bet. I don't know if Zale. There we go.
we got to rush the interview a little bit because RSW versus Despin is coming up. GG's Dale.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was very well played. Yeah, so good match from both of you. What would you like to ask, Devil?
So, I mean, I feel like I just have to ask this with Derp.
Pipe shines.
No, I want to know. Well, I guess actually first for Zale,
Okay.
why did you decide to go to Serena instead of just staying in Pinna when you did?
When I saw the original reason I even so I unlocked Serena and then I entered Pinna to get Mole Cannon and the red coin in Pinna 2. Like I fully left Pinna, unlocked Yoshi, opened Serena, but I saw the Serena hundreds click. I should have read that as, oh, if you got Serena hundreds that early, you did it in episode 1. But I read that as Serena progress, and it kind of made me back off Serena. But then I saw 8 NPC blues, and that made me think, oh, that's probably Pianta, like deep Pianta, and that made
Nope,
me
it
double
was
back into Serena.
it was Fruit Ladies.
Ah, yeah, okay.
I don't even have
Yeah.
Pianta one.
Yeah,
You did, yeah, okay.
I
So
guess
that's why I doubled back into it, was just because I felt like I could, and I felt like there was worth there.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
we should ask. Go ahead.
there definitely was. I think in chat people were like, if Zale just finishes off Pinna, gets one, you could have done like Pinna 5-6 and 6R, done Shadow Mario, done the 100, done Cannon Moles, and that would have
Mhm.
potentially won you as well. But it worked out. I mean, you barely sniped her to all those Serena goals at the end.
Sniped
Gotcha.
them,
I
Yeah.
figured
sniped them, yeah.
when I saw Serena 4 hidden clicked before I even entered the pipe for Serena 4, like when I was in the plaza, I was like, well, it's my 6th red and 2 hidden in 1 level, so I might as well do it anyway. I doubted I would get pipe
Yeah.
shines because the way I read the card was Serena 4 hidden is already like minimum 5 pipe. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minimum 6, and I saw Pianta 100, so I knew you had 7 minimum, or I don't
Yeah.
even know how many.
Actually, like, Dirk,
8
did you
minimum.
know you actually had 9 pipes, Dirk?
Yeah, I
Uh,
I
figured.
did. Oh
You
yeah, I forgot
yeah,
about.
Serena
I
100
forgot
and
about
Pianta 100.
episode 4.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot about
Like
the
when
pipe.
I saw Serena 4 hiddens clicked and I saw Pianta hundreds and Serena hundreds were already
Yeah,
clicked, I did the math and I was like, I don't yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, like
fun.
it was interesting for us because you had Pianta 100, Serena 100, and Serena 4 hidden clicked, which adds up to 9 altogether. We were like, do you not see this? But yeah, it's fair enough. And under the moment, the pressure, it's kind of difficult. I think yeah, we saw the hundreds that were happening and we're like, well, these could be done in better levels. I know you love your Rika 200s, but
I was
it
I
could
was
have been,
thinking like maybe Rico progress could be useful, and also I
yeah.
lose like 20 seconds versus a Rico 1/100s without blues.
Yeah, but you could have also done it in 4 potentially, a little faster, but it's fair enough. That one wasn't the one we were confused. It was let's run 100. We were wondering why you were doing it in 1 instead of making Toronto progress before that.
Did you have
I don't
Yoshi
know.
at that point?
No, I did not have Yoshi.
Okay.
I have.
Dirk
Yeah.
didn't.
I'm in Pina 2 right now.
Yeah.
So I think we probably need to hop off because there's another match in 4 minutes. I wish we could have stuck around and interviewed you longer, but
Mhm.
stay tuned for Rasmus first Despin. I think it's here on Bingothon in a couple minutes.
Yeah. At
And we play again tomorrow at 5 p.m. for game 3.
for game 3, we can see a game 3 for you
Invasion.
guys.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, invasion.
Should be very interesting. No pressure.
Gotta inflate the channel points.
There you go. Throwing for channel points.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned.